Okay, I think we're live here. This is Joe with Joe Knows Cryptos, making a crypto update here. It's March 23rd, 2020, about 6:30, and I'm here in Florida. My coming down to visit my parents. Found out that my mother having a procedure done here, so she's in the hospital. So everybody wish her a good recovery and prayers for her. So, uh, guys, what did I say about a week ago, Monday, I think I made last Monday, I made a video saying today is the day when you're going to see cryptocurrencies starting to go up, right? And every day it's beat the stock market. Cryptocurrencies have beat the stock market every single day since then. And they beat it today again as well. Stock market is just going down, down, down. There's some people out there, I don't know if they're delusional or what, they still think this market is hit the bottom now and they're going to try to catch the falling knife and buy in and they think they're going to make money. And this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but how can you buy something just because the government is bailing you out? Does that make any sense? We're going to give you a bailout, so now everything's going to go up. If anything, that sounds like a last cry for help. And what do you have to look forward to? Just another bailout? What's going to make the market go up? Wait till job numbers come out and unemployment's through the roof. Wait till these companies' earnings numbers come out and they're dropped 20, 30, 40%. Is that going to make the market go up? No, the people are fooling themselves. They're so used to having the market go up over the last 8 years or so and hit all-time highs that they're delusional. They think that it's going to continue that way, that this is just a correction, a little haircut, 30% off, and now it's going to reverse. What is the reason for a reverse? What gives any justification for a reverse? Nothing other than bailouts. You're relying on government bailouts for a reversal, or you're just thinking that now is the time because it's gone down 30%. Now is the time to get in. Catching a falling knife is very dangerous. Anyone thinking of going into the stock market, I would strongly suggest that you hold. Again, not financial advice. A good way to kind of tell is when things starts at least level off a little bit or have a few up days, a down day, up day, down day. That way, at least it shows some resistance. Right now, there's absolutely no resistance. There's no reason to think that this isn't going to continue to fall. We may see a day or two up this week because the Fed just announced that they're going to be putting I can't remember the number, but it's astronomical number. And I don't even understand what they're doing. Is the Fed buying the stocks back? As far as I know, that's illegal. The government's not allowed to own companies or buy into companies. I mean, I understand they want to stop a depression and all that, but I don't even know if what they're about to do here is legal. But of course, their excuse will be that it's last resort type of a ditch effort. Now, again, they have not even come to a full agreement. The Democrats and the Republicans are still debating about where the money should be allocated, how much should be allocated, should more go to corporations, to private businesses, to individuals. And, the longer that this is prolonged, the more it's going to hurt the consumers, the small businesses, the individuals who are getting laid off, losing their jobs, not getting paychecks, people that are self-employed, that are kind of, not getting work right now because, I'm a painter. I doubt there's very many people that want me going into their house right now with the coronavirus, especially when they're unsure about their finances. They're unsure maybe I'm going to get them sick, or maybe they're going to get me sick, and they just don't want to take that risk either. So, a lot of self-employed businesses and people like that are going to be kind of counting on getting some type of a stimulus for individuals, like they've been talking about now for over a week, and they still haven't come to an agreement. But once people are in fear and they stop buying things, all they want to do is hold on to what they have, and they want to, when they see what they have going down, because now the dollar is going to start being devalued because they're printing so much of it, they're going to start looking for other places to put their money, especially if banks or interest rates go negative and the banks are going to start charging you to save your money. That's just a total contradiction, right? You don't save your money by having them take some of it. Bitcoin is way, my opinion, way undervalued right now. I don't think it's going to be too much longer. All we need is one good day of a good pop or some type of positive press. You notice on all these stock channels, they don't even mention Bitcoin. They were talking about it daily, it seemed like for weeks. And when it went down, when it took that big drop down, they talked about it for a half an hour straight about how it's not a hedge against inflation, this, that, and the other thing. But after that day, it's been up every single day. Not by a lot, but it's been going up every day. But the stock market's been going down every day. So it is actually working out that way. But I think the time is getting close where we're going to see a nice push, guys. And if enough people start putting their money into it, like we always talk about how small this market cap is, it's not going to take a lot of money. We got 321 million people in America, and say a million of them are investors, probably more than that, but a million, and they each put a little bit of money into Bitcoin. It's not going to take much to see that market cap hit $1 trillion, and you know what the price of Bitcoin will be then, easily over 20,000, right? All right, so that was really the main thing. Like I said, I'm here in Florida visiting my parents. I didn't want to come on here and make too long of a video, but that was basically it. I'm going to try to come on here more regularly. Now that I'm here, I think I'm going to have a little more free time with the quarantine and everything. I hope everybody is doing well out there with the quarantine. Hope everybody's healthy. If anybody has any questions, please comment below or put them in the chat column here. I'm just going to look real quick here. Hey, John, how you doing? Do you think putting money into Bitcoin and Litecoin would be wise now? Again, not financial advice, Talion Guerrera, but I think Bitcoin is way undervalued right now. It's an asset that they can't make any more of. And as more fiat comes into the system, even if little bits of it, of this trillions and trillions and billions of dollars that they're putting into the system, even if small amounts of it find its way into Bitcoin, it's going to bring up the price of Bitcoin, Litecoin, all the cryptocurrencies, but primarily Bitcoin because that's the one that has name recognition. If you talk to people on the street and you ask them if they know what EOS is, they're going to have no idea what you're talking about. If you ask them if they know what MCO, is, they're not going to have any idea. But if you ask them if they know what Bitcoin is, people who have heard of cryptocurrencies, they've at least heard the name Bitcoin. And they are going to go into that. And then its little brother, Litecoin, is going to be right behind it. Perosi is here. Hey, Perosi, how you doing? Good to see you on the live stream here. Hey, brother, how you doing? I got 4 Litecoin yesterday, and I feel great. Hey, nice. Yeah. Litecoin Perosi goal is at least one of those Bitcoin or 32 Ethereum or 84 Litecoin. I believe having one of those bags, you are good 100%. Yeah. One of those Bitcoins, I think can make you very wealthy. I don't know how long it's going to take, but it's all going to depend on how long this coronavirus lasts, how much money they keep pumping into the system. Is there going to be a point when the Fed just throws up their hands and they say, hey, we can't keep bailing out everything because no individuals own anything. It's just the companies buying their own shares back. They're 100% owners. And is a company really worth, $100 a share if the only people who hold it are the people in the company? That's like me starting my own business, putting it on the stock exchange and owning all the shares and saying it's worth $100 a share. It's criminal. It's not realistic, and it's not going to last. So I think the days of the dollar right now look like they are really dwindling down here. I don't know if we're going to have something that's going to take its place. Obviously, it's going to be very difficult to walk into a store with a pocket full of silver coins or a bag full of coins or a bar of gold and buy a pair of sneakers, right? It's not very realistic. It's heavy. It's clumsy. It's jingles in your pocket. Everybody knows that you have it. If things get rough, you're an easy target for a thief. Where do you hide it? If you get a break-in in your house and somebody steals your silver or your gold, you're out, right? But one thing you can hide, one thing that's easy and light to carry around, are cryptocurrencies. They are being accepted more and more online. You can almost buy anything with cryptocurrencies nowadays. Um, One that I got into, I think I told you guys about 2, 3 weeks ago, was crypto.com, MCO. You get this credit card, just like having cash. You can spend your cryptos now at the store. When you go out, you just use your card. So you don't have to worry about selling your cryptos, transfer them to your bank, and then selling them that way. You can just sell your cryptos live real time now. And there's more and more platforms coming up that are going to do that. Um, Hodl It supposedly is coming out April 1st, and they're going to have the same kind of setup. You're going to be able to swap coins right on the exchange. You're going to be able to swap it for fiat currency, from fiat into Bitcoin, Bitcoin into Litecoin, Litecoin into Ethereum, Ethereum back into fiat. Um, Move it all around, buy, sell. Supposedly, you're going to be able to get direct deposits from wherever you work. You're going to be able to send your money from your job right into hodlit.com. And then if you want to keep it in cash for spending that way, you can. Or if you want to buy, say Litecoin's having a bad day and you want to go in and get Litecoin at a discount, you can do that. And then Bitcoin's having a real good day. It's up $500 and you want to buy something, you can choose to buy it with the Bitcoin. So, you use things that are up to buy, and when things are low, those are the ones you buy into, just to kind of, as you know, cryptos are very volatile, moving up and down all the time. So now what I think really is going on here, I think the Fed, Trump, people up top in the monetary system know that this market is going to crash. They don't want to see people lose their life savings. They don't want to see people lose their pensions. They don't want to see people lose their 401ks, their Roth IRAs, things that people have worked and saved their whole life for. And I think what they're kind of doing right now is injecting this money to keep the stock market up so people can take their money out and get it out of the market before if the Fed wasn't propping it up already, it would already have, who knows where it would be right now, 10,000. They've had the plunge protection come in. They've had freezes, stops on the market. They're injecting money daily, billions of dollars. I really honestly think they're just trying to save people from hardship. Really not fair to the little guys who don't have money in the market, because they should benefit from it also. But they just don't want people to lose their life savings who have everything in the stock market. And I think they're putting the money in there just to keep the stocks high enough so people don't lose everything. And I think as the sell-offs go, Fed keeps pumping money in. Even though the drops are huge, they're making it better than it could be. It could be people being totally decimated from being very wealthy to be living in their kids' houses, sharing an apartment with their kids. And that's how bad it could be. If people had all their money in the stock market and it went down, to about 8,000. I think it's going to go at least to 8,000. Not financial advice, guys. All right, let me just check out a few more comments here, and then I'm going to wrap it up here. I want to try to keep these videos around 15 minutes if I can. All right, so Prosy says, I can see Bitcoin, the global store of value, Ethereum taking care of the huge chunk of the business, and Litecoin being the big time means of exchange. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking the same thing. I'm thinking when people want to save, they're going to put it into Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is going to always be going up, because people are going to realize that the halvening, even though we have a halvening this year in May, in another 4 years, we're going to have another halvening. And in another 4 years, we're going to have another halvening. And every time that supply of Bitcoin gets cut in half, it just has going to be a natural hedge against inflation. If inflation is they say it's 2 or 3%. It's more like 4 or 5. And after all this money printing, it's easily going to be 5 or 6, maybe even 8%. Right? So you're not going to be able to buy much with your dollar. So you're going to keep your money in the Bitcoin. And as it's constantly trending upward, it's going to stable. Once it hits a certain price too, it's not going to fly up like it's going to now. It's going to fly up, and then it's going to just gradually keep going up year after year, halvening after halvening. And then when people want to buy something, they're going to convert that Bitcoin into a smaller token like a Litecoin. And then they'll make their purchases with the Litecoin. Now, eventually, Bitcoin's going to get so expensive, it's going to get near its end of its life cycle, because even though they say, I think it's going to go out 100 years or something like that before the last halvening. I mean, what happens when you get to 2 Bitcoin a year or halvening? You're going to go out on 1 Bitcoin. It's not, you know, but Litecoin is going to also join into eventually, it's going to take longer than Bitcoin because there's a lot more Litecoin and a lot more halvenings to go before it really cuts into inflation like Bitcoin is now. But eventually it will become a store of value as well, and you'll have another cryptocurrency. I don't know what it's going to be yet. A lot of people have a lot of different opinions on it. A lot of people say Digibyte. I really don't know yet, but there's a few other contenders out there that can take its place. Maybe there will just be a brand new one that comes out. Maybe it will be a stable coin that, if we have a reset here, that will be backed by a portion of a Bitcoin. I'm not sure how it will actually play out there, but definitely see a lot of upward potential here. I mean, like I told you, at about 130, I thought the bottom was 130. It turns out it was 118 $1 billion market cap. I was off by about 12 billion. Not that big of a deal, but that's where your hodlers are strong. Those are your people that are never, ever, ever going to sell their cryptocurrencies, even if they lose it all. They're the ones that are the diehard. They believe in freedom. They believe that everyone should be able to pay with whatever kind of money they want. It's America, freedom. You're not told that you have to use this or that to buy and sell. And those are the people that are never going to sell. And that basement is at the 118. We hit that. We bounced off it strong, went right back up to about 140, 145. It came down a little, and then it's just been climbing slowly ever since. And guys, I think we see a couple of big days here, or a couple of high-profile people come on MSNBC and start talking about it. We're going to see a lot of good things happen for cryptocurrencies. Let's see, that's pretty cool, Joe. Thumbs up. Hey, hit the like button, guys. I don't get paid to make these videos, so least you can do if you want to watch it. That's what I'll charge, a thumbs up. How's that? Pretty good? All right. Prosy says in 4 years he sees Bitcoin at 250,000, Ethereum 25,000, 5,000 Litecoin. Yeah. Hey, if things keep going like they're going, it could be a lot faster than that, but definitely not out of reach by any means. Breaking news of all TV channels global at the same time. Every president says buy Bitcoin now before it's too late. Did that happen, or is that just something you're saying? Oh, you've got your fingers crossed. You hope that that's what the presidents will say all at the same time. I don't know if they'll ever say that, because presidents seem to be pretty faithful to the currency of their country, but who knows? We're in strange times, right? Matt Van Dalen says the next days will be huge. Looking relaxed, show. Yeah, I am actually relaxed. I had a long drive here. It's about 12 hours. Body's a little stiff today, sitting in the car like this for 12 hours, but I think tomorrow I'll be feeling a little bit more awake and alive, but I am relaxed. Wishful, yes. And what is your portfolio looking like, Joe? Right now, I can't. Now, is that a percentage wise? Is that money wise, or is that what I hold? I'm not sure. Let me tell you. I'll tell you what I have right now. I've got Bitcoin. I've got Litecoin. I've got Ethereum. I've got MCO. I just showed you the card. That's crypto.com. Now, if you do have the MCO card, I strongly recommend that you go ahead and buy CRO, which I also own, because when you stake CRO and you hold it in their wallet, they pay you 16% interest. I don't know any bank, any stock dividend that pays 16% interest. I thought that was a good deal. Plus, you may also see appreciation in the price of these two cryptocurrencies. So I thought that that's really a no-lose situation. I bought some Lisk because, not that I have any affection or love for Lisk, other than I just thought that it was way undervalued. I can definitely see that 20, 30xing if the crypto market starts to take off, just because it really got hit hard on the down market, and it's still a top 50, I think it's top 30 crypto. So it still has a lot of potential. It hasn't gone under. It stayed strong, but the price is really taking a beating. I think it's got a lot of upward potential. I actually sold my Nexo to buy my MCO and my crypto.com and my CRO, and I have Divi. Again, simply for that dividend that it pays. Um, that's gone down about 50%, 40% around there. We'll see what happens. I've got the node there, so hey, it just keeps giving me divvy. So even if it doesn't go up in value, at least hopefully I won't lose money. Hopefully it'll catch some popularity as well and take off. And who knows? Not holding my breath on it, but I thought, what the hell? Perosi is 30 Bitcoin, 30 Litecoin, 30 ETH, and 10 in alts. And he's got Nano and Bitcoin Cash. Those all seem pretty good to me, Perosi. I used to spread like 20. Yeah, I know. When I first got into cryptos, I had like 50 of this and 10 shares of that and 100 of this coin and 8 of that one. It's like just too much to keep track of. And they all kind of tend to go when the market goes up. They all tend to go up. But the main thing is none of them go up unless Bitcoin goes up. When you see Bitcoin go up, then the rest of the cryptos will go up. So if you're not sure what to buy Bitcoin. When you want to make them big gains, then put some money into the alts. But if you just as a community, if we all get some Bitcoin, hold on to that Bitcoin, and add to the position, hey, $50 a month, $50 every other month, $200 a year, whatever it is, as long as you're constantly adding to it and not taking away from it and hodling it, it's just going to naturally keep going up. Matt says, missed first part. Are you guys in lockdown like us in Holland? In America, we're not in lockdown. I guess there's a few states that are. New York, maybe New Jersey, Connecticut. They call it the tri-state area. I think they're in lockdown. Some parts of California, I think, are LA County, maybe parts of Washington. I'm not sure about that. In America, though, it is unconstitutional to restrict a person's freedom of movement, right? So you're not allowed to restrict people from saying, hey, you can or you can't go here or there. However, being American also means that you are respectful of one another and that you want to do what's best for the country. And by rights, you should self-quarantine yourself if you feel you're in an area that's dangerous, where the virus is going around, if you feel you're coming down with something, even if you don't want to get it and not know it and spread it to more people, it's just the right thing to do. We'll see how this all plays out. Ethereum Classic also. I used to have Ethereum Classic. I sold it back when Binance stopped doing the U.S. Closed the U.S. market, and I just held Bitcoin and Litecoin at that time, maybe some Ethereum. And I never got back into Ethereum. And I know I had a big bouncer for a while, and then it came down a little bit, but probably not a bad one to get into. Let's see. So, Perosi, you're in Canada. You're not in lockdown. I heard that Trudeau might be in lockdown, though. Him and his wife, do they have coronavirus? I heard a rumor about that they might be in lockdown or self-quarantine or something like that. Only store open pharmacies and grocery stores. Yeah, they got to keep the food and the medicine for people. John Manchester says the UK is in lockdown. Really? Yeah. I know one of the big problems with the UK when this first started breaking, the virus started breaking, is that they had very limited hospital beds and ventilators, and that if they did get many people coming into the hospital, that they were not going to be able to help them, and it was going to be disastrous. I don't know if it's turning out that way. I know this thing has this exponential growth, so I don't know. Let's see. John, I could be wrong, but I have a hunch that the president will try to send people back to work after the 15-day period. He says that our economy is not built to be shut down for a long period of time. Well, that's true. Now, here's the conundrum. You got the coronavirus that can kill 1 million, 2 million people if in America if it gets bad and spreads. And I think worst case scenario was 4 million, which would be awful. But during the Great Depression, 8 million people died, and that's when we had a much smaller population. People died from starvation, disease, malnutrition, other things, right? So that's the thing. Do we let possibly 4 million people in America die, or do we send people back to from the virus when we send people back to work, or do we not send people back to work and risk going into a depression where we were 8 million back in what 1921 or what around there. Now we're looking at a bigger population, maybe we're looking at 16 or 20 million people. Who knows? I mean, it's hard to tell. It's really it's a conundrum. Are we going to get that far? Nobody really is sure how bad the virus is still. I know Italy's getting whacked hard, but South Korea is not. Um, it's real pickle we're in here, guys. I got to say. Let's see. The Pro is about 6 hours north of New York, northwest of New York. Yeah, you're not too far from there, but I think the border is closed there. Matt's got to go. It's bedtime here. It's late. Okay, well, thanks for tuning in, Matt. Appreciate it. Yes, guys, again, hit that like button, like button, like button. Charlie G, hello, Joe. Good to see you again. Charlie, thanks for tuning in. Guys, I'm going to go. I said I want to make a 15-minute video, and I'm going on 20, just past the 26-minute mark. So, guys, kiss your wives, your girlfriends, spouses, hug your kids, pet your pets. God bless each and every one of you. Joe Knows Crypto's signing off.